let's start out with the butterfly. Read it. Basic butterfly guard and the basic sweep. All right. So starting out for butterfly, when I enter in, I want the top of my feet glued against their inner thighs. I bring my feet in and hook, right? And I want that to stay with a constant pressure. I'm keeping that active. Okay, so if she was to step up, just an example, my foot follows, right? I don't leave it down here and allow that gap. This is the next thing I know, I lost that grip. That's one of my points of contact. So she's going to be trying to get rid of that. I also don't want to be on my back, right? Doing a butterfly like this. It's okay for a moment to get your hook there if you were on your back, but then you want to get off your back. You want to sit up. You want a 90-degree bend in your knees, 90 degrees in your hips. That's where we're strongest, okay? I want to enter in with an underhook. And I want to get an angle when I do that. So I put one hand down by my hip, and I come in with my underhook, okay? My hand's down. I got my underhook. I'm holding it high. I'm raising up her arm, and my feet are still glued to the thighs, okay? Now, if I have to push out a little more, I do. The sweep, they're actually going to land here. So if I was laying down, that's like where they're going to land. So I need to move my body away from that spot, okay? Now, notice I'm on my hand. I want to reach for that far arm and get an overhook. If I lift my arm, I'm already starting to fall. So in this part, it's all about gravity and the leverage that you have. So I want to reach for that far elbow. I want to be accurate with my grab and pull it under my armpit. And I'm already falling. I fall to my elbow, my shoulder, my forehead, and then I kick. Okay. Once I kick, I can go to knee on belly. I can go to mount, or I can go to case of counter. Okay. So I can go to any of those positions. If I kick and I just let my leg dangle there, they're gonna grab a half guard. Okay? So don't just dangle your leg there after a sweep. I got my hook. Get my underhook. Overhook. Hold the wrist. I'm falling to my shoulder, forehead, and kick. Okay? See, I pulled my leg back. Pulled my leg back so I don't get caught in a half guard. If I'm gonna mount after I kick, I circle around the leg. Okay? So it kicks out, circles around.
Can you do it towards the camera?
Yeah, I'll try. So here, underhook, getting my angle, right? So I'm on my hip, I'm not on my tailbone. I'm on my hand and my hip with a strong underhook, and I'm tight. Reach for the far, get in my shoulder and forehead, kick, and step over to the mount, so you can see how that one works. Any questions on that one?
The foot that, or the leg that's on the ground, your foot, was it back by the ankle or is it more by the crook of the knee?
Which,
your leg that's on the mat?
Yeah.
So when you're,
yeah. So it's in her inner thighs right now. But when I go to sweep, I put it on the mat. That switch from here to here. And actually the motion is this. See how I'm up now? I don't sit in my knee. I go up. I want to kick her up in the air so she can't post. I'll do it again.
get here.
I'm in. Right now it's in the thigh. Now it's on the mat. And I kick. From here, recover. Okay.
So you're hit like this. This foot is by the, like I said, the crook of the knee. I know this one's gonna be on the thigh.
Yeah.
Right. This one.
The thigh, crook of the knee, both work.
That general
Not
area.
lower,
It's not gonna be stressed.
not lower than the knee, and
Right.
not too high on the thigh.
Okay.
So right in that inner
So
thigh.
right in that area. Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
Sorry, I was doing some work stuff. What are we doing?
All right, butterfly sweep.
Oh, okay, cool.
Let's see butterfly sweep.
And I restuffed my dummy too. Am I the only one doing it?
Yeah. You're the only one.
Yeah.
He feels pressure.
I do. I feel a lot of pressure.
Good. Yep. And what's something so they can hear it, Alex? What's something that you struggle with when you do your butterfly sweep? What happens?
Don't do this.
That. Yep.
Yeah.
Don't
Don't
pull
go to
it
your
up.
back.
Yep.
So yeah, you got to go off to the side. That I struggled with for a long time because I would just get crushed. I think even a big person on the bottom, you got to be careful of staying erect, basically, and you got to make sure that you come off to the side in order to do it. Because if you try to do it straight back, you're gonna eventually. I mean, you might be able to get a tomonagi, but once you get here, it's very difficult. I think
Mm-hmm.
So as far as the sweep goes, and something that helped me was actually getting a high underhook.
Right.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So this one getting a really high, as high as I can, and then going. Oh, I screwed it up, but because there's nothing underhook here.
Yeah, he's very light, so you can go wherever.
You got to get off to the side. You got to get off to the side, or else it's not going to work.
Mm-hmm.
This sweep, anyway.
All right. So then after the sweep with the foot, if you just kick and kind of leave your foot in between their knees, what happens? Half guard. Right? They'll get half guard there every time.
Yep.
So you either have to circle it out and get the mount, or slice it through for Kesagatami or Neon Belly.
Yep. Yeah. Not the worst case scenario, but why work extra, right?
Right. All right. So if you do it right, you shouldn't have this issue. But sometimes you'll go for the sweep. Really do it with me so I can respond. So she's going to try to sweep me. Butterfly, yeah. And, okay, that's fine. So she's going to pull my arm. If she doesn't pull my arm, boom, I post, right? Let's say she does pull my arm. So I stopped it with my head and my foot. Okay? That's it. Stopped it with my head and my foot. So I need to get them, remember I said to do this? Because this leg here is going to raise this up so high that they can't post with their foot. They're too high in the air to post with their foot or their head. And they're going to go anyway. Okay? But let's say we mess that up. Switch it to me. Let's say we mess that up and they did post. Okay? So I'm going to kind of do it sloppy so you can post. Okay? I'm in here. I'm going for my sweep and she's going to post. Yep. So what do? If that happens, right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bail on it, put my foot in the knee and head by the ankle. I can do it this way or I can dive that way. So now I have X guard, right? If I start coming up, I can start to sweep. Okay. I can also go the other way with my head. So when I go to sweep, she posts with her foot. So you got to post way out. You got to post way out.
You gotta post that way.
You got to post where I'm sweeping you over my shoulder.
Okay.
Yes. So now the foot's right here. So I go to it. No fall, stand. Try not to fall, right? And then my feet go to X guard. So now I got the X guard. From here, we can do any of our X guard stuff. We're not going to go over that. There's so much I can do. I can take the back. I can do the normal sweep. I can do all kinds of knee bar.
Hey, Rita, is it possible? Okay, I was just going to say, can you stand up? Yeah.
So
Just so I can see where the legs are.
Yeah, X guard goes under the knee and in the hip. This here is right by her ankle. And look how I hold my own neck. I hold right here. Why? Because if I just hold her ankle, step out of here. Step out. Yeah. I'll put it back. If I hold her leg, step out. All right. Go back. Or if I hold my neck, now step out. It's a lot more difficult. She's got little feet. Sometimes she can get it out. This time she didn't.
No, because he was the
Right.
Because I know you usually get your foot out.
Yeah, but
Yeah. So we're moving to X guard. So I can go to either foot on that one. Okay. The way that I was taught was the second way. Okay. But you can go to either foot for that one.
Can you show the outside one more time?
The last one?
No, the first one.
The first one. Okay.
Yeah, because you went to the opposite leg.
Yeah. So right there. So I'm gonna go for the sweep. She posts.
Right.
So now my foot that was on the floor is gonna
Yes.
go back to the knee. I'm gonna push her away and hook under here. Right. So now if she stands, you'll see that I have X guard.
Where's your left? Okay, I can see it now.
Down my head. Yeah.
No, your left leg. I was just wondering where because the left leg's tucked away.
Yeah.
So it's across the right. Okay.
That would be I guess the second part in the series. They're posting with their foot because you didn't quite do it right, right? Anyone want to try that? I guess you kind of need a partner. They can't really post their foot. Let's see what Alex can pull off.
yeah,
Yeah, there you go.
good,
Switch your feet.
nice. All right, he knows that.
Yeah.
He knows how to work with that.
There you go.
That's good.
My dummy has good posture.
And it doesn't giggle.
That's what's going
He
on.
doesn't giggle.
It's not ticklish.
That's a lot of legs. Yeah, take the back. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fancy.
All right. So then, let's see. Okay, so we got time. So now we're gonna go with another situation that can occur. This one might be harder to show. Let's do it. Let me go on this side so you can hear me when you go on that side.
Okay.
Butterfly, yeah. And we're in no gi, so this would happen. It would be less necessary in no gi, but you could still do it. But in gi, it's very easy for them to hold your knee. Just hold the shorts. It's very easy for them to hold the pants by your knee, and you want to overhook it, right? And their grip is so strong, you can't get that wrist into the armpit. So if I don't have the wrist in the armpit and I'm just holding your arm, try to post with your hand. She can still post with her hand because I can't get the wrist under my armpit, right? So when it's on your knee, that's what's going to happen. You're going to go for the sweep. They can still post with their hand. Much easier than posting with the leg. So I see that, someone's controlling my leg. They're really intent on not letting that go. And they're pushing it down. They could try to pass too, right? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to hold the wrist. I'm going to act like I'm trying to get rid of it at first. But then watch what I'm going to do with my leg. I'm just going to slide my leg through. And see where her hand went? Went from here to between your legs. A lot like a forward roll would do, right? You would throw your hand between your legs for the forward roll. To make sure, right, I'm fighting it so she gets a better grip, but then I'm actually going to hold the wrist. It's there for a reason. I'm not going to let it go. So I'm actually going to punch through her legs also. So I'm helping my leg to push her arm through. And the reason I'm explaining all this is because when I do it, I'm also going to be forced to go down as well. I'm going to fall because I don't have my post anymore. So we're here, I'm fighting, and then I punch. Right? From here, I kick, and I do my normal sweep.
Oh.
Call that one stick shift. It's like you're shifting gears. No, so you're not letting go. I can see. I fake it a little bit, like I'm trying to break the grip, and then I punch through and kick. Right? And obviously the kick comes right with that punch through. You want to do those together. You kick through and don't do the sweep. They're going to be like, oh, I see what's going on there. They're going to let go at that point and start to try to post. So it has to be the kick and the punch through at the same time.
Can you run it full speed?
Yeah. We're here. Entering for the sweep. Just controlling my knee. Looks like that.
Okay. So that one is less of a kick, right?
You don't need
You're not trying to kick yourself over. You're just.
Yeah. It's
because you're both falling essentially.
Same kick, I would say, but I'm not able to push off the ground with my other leg because it's doing a different job.
Okay, that's what it is. Yep.
That's why she's not going as high. Because I don't have my foot's pushing through instead of pushing off
the mat. Okay. Alexa off. Be right back.
Okay. What if your dog was named Alexa? Alexa! Alexa! It wouldn't know what to do. Get off the table. I can't help you with that. Go.
I'm gonna hook, overhook my hand and throw me that other way.
The other way.
That timer for 10 minutes.
So I've got almost 20 pounds of polyfill in this dummy now.
What's that?
I've got almost 20 pounds of polyfill in this dummy.
Nice.
Yeah, I refilled it. I put more in today because every time I work with it, it just squishes down just a little bit more.
Yeah. All right, now I'm going to show a AB style situation here. So we have that whole concept of AB, back and forth, 1, 2, whatever you want to call it. So I'm going to go for the normal sweep. I'm feeling pretty good underhook or overhook, right? So she overhooks pretty hard. Remember, Alex was saying how he does a lot better if he keeps his underhook high, right? But if she overhooks, that's killing that shoulder on me. It's killing my elbow, and I'm going to have a hard time sweeping her that way. It's actually, might be just my shoulder, but it's a little painful for me to try to sweep her. So what I'm going to do with this hand that was posting, instead, I'm going to hold her wrist. See what I did right there?
Okay.
Holding her wrist. I hold it tight to my chest. And this time, we are going to go a little bit to our back, but I'm going to scoot in first. And then I start to go to my back. And I kick to my left instead. From there, I just come up.
It's not so hard. When I follow, like, it's hard.
So let's go the opposite. And close.
So, yeah.
Okay. So I get my underhook. I would like it high, right? But she overhooks. She clamps down on it. So her hand's right there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to reach for the wrist. I'm just holding the wrist. I'm going to scoot in closer. I'm going to start to go that way over my left shoulder. I'm going to kick to the left. I release my arm because sometimes your arm gets a little bit cranked, like a key lock. So I took my arm out, but I still keep it in her armpit as I come up. And I can get my side control. It's like the plan B of the butterfly sweeps. Any questions on that one?
Where does the outer leg go? The inner leg. So not the one that's kicking. What happens with this one?
So the technical of it, let me do it one more time.
Please.
Go back a little. Okay. So when I go in here, my intention is to push off the ground here, right?
Right.
And once I clamp in and go this way, I technically can do the sweep with just my left leg, and I can push off the mat with my right leg. Careful.
I know.
You're not hitting that hard that you need to slap.
Yeah, I know.
So I could push off the ground. What I find myself doing is using both legs. So I initially with my left, and then I bring my right up to help.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because I want to ensure that they go over, and I've already pushed off the ground and got that momentum started. So then I like to give myself a little help with the other foot. But you don't need to. You can do it without it.
Wait, so the same side that you have the arm trapped, right? So you're still going to the.
You were going to come towards me, right? But
Right.
they're overhooking hard, and that can make it difficult to do the sweep properly.
Right.
So right hand, hold the wrist that's overhooking you.
Right.
And you're going to keep your butterfly hooks, and you're going to scoot in close, and then you're going to sweep them off to the left side,
So where they cannot
away
post.
from us. Yeah.
So where they cannot post.
Yep. Then you take your hand out and climb up on top.
Okay.
And so get a feel for leaving your foot on the ground.
Yeah.
Probably the better way to do it, but I'll be honest, I usually use both feet. I just feel like I have more control, and if I mess up, I already have hooks, right? They're not gonna take advantage of a failed sweep. I have my backup. I still have butterflies. Right.
Okay.
That's a sweep I use for demonstration of football.
Yeah.
That's one of the sweeps. You got 3 ways to sweep from butterflies.
So with that, you said you kick off with your left foot
Yeah. So
first
now
or the right foot?
we're still using the same foot that was going to kick before. So if I use my left, I'm kicking to my right on the first sweep. But on this sweep, I'm going to still use my left, but I'm going to kick left.
You're
What
kicking.
else did you do before?
So watch Alex one time. Same
Yeah.
way.
Don't watch me.
So his intention, right? He has the left underhook. So his intention is to kick towards us with his left foot.
Right.
Plan B, he's going to kick the other way with his left foot. So he kicks off with the left. Now he had his right foot in the air. What you need to do with your other foot is choose. Either you plant it and push off the ground, or you use it as a butterfly hook to help you kick. So then you're kicking with both, right?
Yeah.
I got to choose one or the other because it doesn't help me just being in the air, right? I need either the push off the mat or the kick off the leg.
So,
Try pushing off the mat.
And just keeping it bent like this?
Yeah, just keep it pushed on the ground and kick with your left foot only.
Weird to try to get.
Yeah, it's weird, but it works.
okay.
Yeah.
It's a weird feeling to try to get
Yeah.
the opposite way of the hook.
Yeah. So the alternative that you might like better is keep both hooks and kick
Yeah.
both to your left, right? One more up and then the left more left.
Yeah.
No.
No. The other way's better.
You like the other way?
Yeah. It feels too to me anyway, it doesn't feel very controlled with both feet. It feels like I'm flailing.
More force pushing off the ground.
Yeah.
Now with that, the initial, you don't have to pull on the arm or anything. Just keep that pinned to
I'm
your
just
chest.
holding it tight.
Right.
One thing that I've learned is the more obvious I make something, make it known that something's important, the more the other person's gonna fight it, right?
They're gonna try to pull right.
Yeah. So if I grab that arm and I yank on it, they're gonna be like, no, this is not good for me, right?
Right.
If I just reach up casually and hold on to it, they're less likely to rip it out. Just like on the knee, I want them to hold it, so I'm gonna act like I don't want it there. I'm gonna fight it, and then they're gonna fight that I'm fighting it, and they're like, no, I'm keeping this grip, and that helps me, right? I keep it through. Their hand stays on my knee, which shoots it between their legs and helps me flip them. And so you want to play those mind games where if something's important to you, you got to act like it's not important. Something is not important and you want them to do the opposite, then you got to act like you don't want it there. So that way they try to get that grip, right?
Right.
So that can be important when you do grip fighting too, right? The more you fight a certain grip, the more they're going to keep grabbing it because they're going to think that you're not comfortable with it, right?
Right.
But if you can just be, and the more chill you are with a grip that you get, and the less you yank them around and muscle them around, the less he's going to think that you really want it, right?
You're actually going for
Grab your
anything.
lapel and I'm like, yeah, I got this, you know? They're going to try to strip that grip. But if I just reach up and chill, grab it, right? They're not really thinking much about it, right? I want to tighten up my grips the moment I'm ready to use it, right? That's when he can know that it's too late by then, right?
Right.
He can know that I really wanted it. So that's what I try to do. I just hold it gently, but then when I'm ready to sweep, I tighten up my elbow so the arm is harder to slip out, and I keep that really tight to my chest. And that's when I'm ready to go. Until then, I'm trying to act like I don't need it, you know? All right, so the next butterfly that we'll do, I call crowbar.
I like this already.
You like it? This one's different. I don't show this one too much. So
Where I'm gonna fall?
you're gonna fall that way.
Okay.
So she slapped the mat, the tile really hard earlier.
No, I did not.
Is I'm gonna get an underhook here. One
That's
thing
awesome.
here with the butterfly, it's really easy to get a reverse armbar. I can slide my neck to the wrist, my radial bone to the elbow, come down, bring my foot out to step on the hip, and I can reverse armbar here, right? So this one is kind of working off that a little bit. I'm gonna get my underhook, and I want to go for like the reverse armbar, but then she holds me a little harder, right? That's fine. I'm gonna take my free hand because now I have balance, right? Now she's kind of holding me. I'm gonna go palm to palm, gable grip or 3-finger grip, and I want the back of this forearm against her chin, okay? And then this one is clamping down on the shoulder, okay? And scooting in, and now I use my right elbow to make her look behind herself. So we end up here.
Oh.
You use your legs to assist you on that, or no?
I'm following her, but I really don't got to kick too hard. But if you really
Or the arm?
kick, it's almost unnecessary, but you could do it, right?
His forearm is pushing my face.
Yes.
So
Right.
it's not nice. So
I
you
couldn't
don't
see
have
that.
to fight somebody pushing your face away. With
I
the
couldn't
forearm.
see. I didn't see that part.
You could do this one like the plan B, where you have one foot on the ground and kick with the left, or you could do both feet. So I'm working it off that one, right? That's why I should that first. So I come here, I underhook, get out of here. Underhook, high underhook, right? Now my other hand comes here, forearm right against the jawline, and then I grip. I'm using a butterfly grip here. Just because of the length of my arms compared to where I need them, I'm going to butterfly just to make my arms a little shorter here. And I need to scoot in because I'm loading my legs. I do my elbow to make her look to her left, or right, my left, right? And then I sweep her.
And not only sweeping, he's crushing your side of your face with a.
I'm being gentle.
No, but imagine somebody doing fighting way,
Yeah.
like you're gonna be crushed
Yeah, you're going to do
on
it a lot.
your
You're gonna do it a lot harder in a competition.
It's gonna be hard.
Yeah.
Yes, it'll be hard.
It's
But
like-
so what she's saying is I'm being gentle, and she's saying like, man, it's already hurting.
It's still rough, right?
But it's mechanics. Like if I make her look that way, and then that way, and then that way, and then that way, and I keep making her look that way, her body's gonna spin. Right?
Right.
That's just the mechanics.
It's right
Right?
Yeah, wherever the head goes, the body follows.
Yep. And I'm going jawline because if I go on the neck, it doesn't turn her head anymore. Right? If I don't turn her head, she's not gonna go. Might as well do the other sweep. Okay. So that one I call crowbar. It had a different name, and I kind of got why they called it that, but I didn't like it. So I just renamed it that for myself.
Ludicrous move, bitch. Get out the way.
No, they called it 2x4, I think for the same reason, right? Some people use 2x4 sometimes to pry something.
Right.
Bar makes more sense to me.
Right.
All right, so you could do that with the dummy probably.
Yeah.
I like that. Hold on.
Yeah. Well, let me give you a sec.
Today.
Here, you got underhook. And then just coming across the face, right?
Yeah, so the underhook is palm away, and then the other hand is palm towards you. So that way you can use your elbow to push the face. Yeah, and that's your movement. So scoot in close so you can load your legs too. So yeah,
Right.
that way you got both. And plan B it.
You feel like it should go directly to side control, or?
I would go smash their face a little bit first, and,
Right.
and maybe knee on belly, right?
Okay.
Because they're going to try to roll away is what's going to
Yeah.
happen. Because they're already looking away, and you're kind of smashing their face a little bit. So they're going to want to move away, roll away. If you knee on belly, you can keep that side of their body down. Right? And or you armbar right there, you know?
Yeah.
Because if you try to go side control, you're not going to stop them from rolling away because you had an underhook on the near side. There's nothing stopping them to roll away. You can't catch their arm unless you literally just grab it, right?
Yeah. Not many things go directly to knee on belly.
No. So when they do, I like to do it.
Yeah.
Let me try that on your face.
No, the last set. Hold my neck, right? So I'm here.
Making it so you can't straighten my arm out.
So I'm here, right?
No, palm away. Other way. Other way. Palm away. Yeah. Yeah.
Right. No.
You're near my neck.
Right. So I'm gonna go here.
Yeah.
I missed jiu-jitsu. I did it.
Yeah.
You missed it. You missed it.
No, I saw it. I was
You
watching
did
it.
an extra face smash too.
I like that. That was good.
Kind of rude.
No,
That's my favorite part.
that's what you did to me. 3 times. You missed
didn't
it,
get to-
Mr. One.
I
Oh
didn't
my
get.
God,
I
you
didn't get
missed
this.
it?
I didn't get to see it.
No, man.
One more time.
You will not let me do it again.
Yeah, you can.
No,
I gotta let you drill.
is it? Keep working. So my hand has to be
Sorry, I got a text, an important text from work, so I need to see this again.
So I'm here. So,
Particularly the double face smash.
Yeah, no, you don't have to wait.
so I'm here, right?
Yeah.
He's fixing.
No, go ahead.
He's fixing his
I'm
face.
being realistic. Don't sit back so much.
Here?
No, not there.
Knee on belly.
All right.
Get there.
What the heck?
Hit him.
I miss jiu-jitsu so bad.
So you can really like use the
Oh yeah.
elbow
You
in the
smooch
face.
the face for
Yeah.
real. It hurts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the elbow's doing basically the
Elbow's doing a lot of the work.
It's
A
horrible.
lot of the work. Yeah. Awesome.
He did it only 2 times and might have a little.
I need, in other words, I need to drill that one with Lucas tomorrow and surprise him because he.
I got a boo-boo in my side of my cheek now.
All right, so let's see. We got time for. I got 2 that I want to do. Yeah, we have time. Okay. So what we didn't go over was the arm drag to the back. That's usually one of the first things that I show. So let's go right here. Yeah. So come close. So the first thing when you butterfly, they're gonna do, if you can't get the underhook, they start controlling your knees, right? And so the way that I'm gonna get rid of this, I hold the wrist, I take my leg out, and then look what happens. I kick my leg, but I keep her wrist like pulling towards my chest, and that strips the grip. So good for gi. It's good to move that way in no gi also. So it's not a gi, no gi thing, you know, I'm not like that. But the part of the argument for gi, when they say it makes you more technical, it's things like this, okay? To strip a grip on the knee, you don't have to do that in no gi, right? But this motion in gi translates directly to what you still should be doing in no gi. So I'm still, even in no gi, I take my leg out and I'm holding the wrist. I'm still gonna do that motion, right? Even though there's no grip to strip, okay? As I do that, gi or no gi, my hand comes to the tricep, okay? And this hand is feeding the wrist to my armpit, okay? So the motion here, okay? That kick of my leg, I'm gonna do this. And scooch. That puts us shoulder to shoulder, okay? Which means it's much easier to turn this corner of the shoulder here. I want to reach around, grab the lat, the armpit, the gi if the gi's there. I want to grab a muscle group if there's no gi. My hand is going to go from the tricep, it's going to slide down to the wrist here. Like I'm pinning her wrist to the ground, or her hand to the ground. Notice my hook didn't come out. So I use that. I can even put my hand right on her hand, and I use that to climb up. So I'm pinning, my toes are in the mat. See? My toes are in the mat. That's what's holding me. And then this far hook comes right in. Seatbelt. So wrist control, strip and grip motion, scoop. Hand goes to the wrist or the hand. It's coming up. Toes are in the mat. I'm a big guy. That helps a lot. Then the other hook. Make them carry your weight. Once you get up, my toes are dug in the mat. I don't dig both my toes in the mat. I hook the inner thighs. I make her carry my weight. Use your size. It costs you no energy to use your weight, right? So the whole like conserve your strength and be technical, weight doesn't really apply there because that costs no energy for you, right? If that makes sense. If you're trying to last 5 minutes and you laying your weight on somebody, or you're gonna use all your muscle to squeeze them, which one takes more strength or more energy? The second one. Right? Just laying your weight on somebody does not require any effort. So use it, you know? One more time. Stripping the grip, type arm drag, hand goes to the hand, climbing up, boom.
I can carry Brian.
I did keep my feet down so she didn't have to carry me.
I did carry him.
All right. Can you try that on the dummy? I don't know.
Oh yeah, I do this one every day.
Okay, cool. Nice.
Oh, this is great. Just A, B, C, and D.
I try to get 10 each side on this one every day.
Yeah.
So is that going to be one of the, like, I don't want to say defenses, but I guess it would be, is holding your knees?
Controlling
when-
the knees is a good,
When
initially,
somebody, come,
a good defense, right?
when somebody
Because-
comes in for butterfly?
Yeah, because if you can, imagine a Toreando. If you could get their knees all the way to the mat, they have no butterfly guard, right? And you
Right.
can circle around. So ultimately, if you could do that, you could actually pass him. Of course, there's give and take. He's not going to let you do that. Just like you're trying not to let him butterfly sweep you. So initially, controlling those knees is good. Try to Toreando. Try to stand so he doesn't have the hooks on the inside of your thighs.
Right.
And then there's some butterfly guard passes, some really good ones that are simple. Marcia taught me a while back, and I almost got discouraged from using butterfly guard at all after he showed me the passes that he recommended. So
Really?
yeah, but then eventually, like I talked to Gucci, who's my other instructor, and he's like, "Oh no, don't worry, butterfly's good. It's just it's transitionary, meaning you don't stay there, right?
Right.
You get butterfly in transition to another position. You're not going to sit there and hold him in butterfly guard forever. He's going to get out. And so
Right.
you use it and you use it fast, or you use it to switch to something else, then you're fine. And so then I started using it again, you know.
So Monday will be butterfly passes.
Yeah, we could try some passes. You just got to remind me.
Yeah.
Let me do one more. Little fancy, but actually not too hard. From butterfly, so it fits today, and we really probably wouldn't fit it in a different day. So this one, I'm gonna do something Alex was saying, careful not to do, right? And maybe you find yourself doing this, and so you can go to this move. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna get 2 underhooks here, and I'm gonna scoot in and roll to my back, okay? From here, my hands can transition to the armpit, and I can lift her, right? So your legs are strong. That's not too hard to do. What? You like that?
Yeah.
So we're here. I'm going to rotate her that way. My legs are going to rotate her the other way. And I straighten the leg that's in the middle. You see where I end up here? I got a leg here, knee here, squeezing the leg, and I can knee bar from here.
I don't like the knee, but
You don't like the ending?
No.
So come in, 1, 2. I lock my hands in the back, rock back, go to the armpits, lift, rotate, straightening the leg. Now I can attack.
I like it. The ending is not cool.
That's another one that's nice. You can probably try that on your dummy out.
Seriously though, how do you end up, Rita? Do you, I mean,
You
you on
put
your
me
face?
around to grab my leg.
Yeah.
That one I call baby bar because it's like you're picking up a baby above you, like playing with them.
Yeah.
But you almost feel like, you know, the bears at the circus, they're playing with the ball, spinning around and stuff. That's how you feel like you're
Spin
doing.
around.
You spin them like that, but then they land because you straightened your leg. The hook's not there to hold them. The leg just falls right into your leg lock. So kind of picture explanation, but
Oh, shit.
but that's what I always
There
think
you go,
about.
you got
There you
it.
go. Yeah. So
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
You're
Which
literally
leg?
swinging the upper body off of you and letting the lower body fall into your trap.
I mean, that's fine on a 20-pound dummy. But right now.
Yeah, and good. Yeah.
Where
If
is
you find that you don't have the leverage now to knee bar from there, you just roll to the side so your back is free from the ground, and then you can arch better.
Can I just get a toe hold from here then?
You could toe hold too. Most times that you have a knee bar, you could also toe hold.
Okay.
Yep.
So you said roll to
I would roll this way if you can.
towards you?
Yeah. Yeah, good there. You can roll the other way too.
So it doesn't.
If I'm doing any of the rolling, I don't keep my foot tucked anymore. I'm gonna swing it out and cross my feet, right? Because when you start rolling, they have ways they can start to escape. Kind of like when you have back control. you lose one of those hooks, they can start to escape the hips.
So then just grab the toe hold then, right?
Yeah, toe hold too. Yeah. Triangle the leg, and then toe hold.
So you definitely want to triangle the leg. You don't want to just keep it.
You got to secure the leg. You can't let, if their knee starts moving, they can escape. Right.
So here?
Yeah, you can do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see how this works.
Yeah.
Not so much Arsenio says.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. I'll dare you to do it. I'm gonna get heavy.
I've gained my COVID-19 already, so.
Oh, I know. Yep.
So essentially, the leg that you're gonna straighten out is going to be
The one that's
the opposite side that you spun them to,
correct.
right?
Yep.
It'll be that outside leg.
Yep.
So whatever you.
Cool.
Yeah. And I saw this, someone showed this in an instructional recently, but I've been doing this for a long time. There's so many moves that I created, but then I find it somewhere, you know? So it's very hard to say that you invent something because somebody else somewhere, maybe even not at the time that you discover it, but down the road or in the past discovered it, right?
Right. Exactly. Yeah. You fall ass backwards into something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have something that I do that I was like, I swear I made this up, right? And then I've seen so many instructionals, and then I find this really, 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 really old one, and the guy's doing the move that I do. I'm like,
Right.
man, it existed.
Yeah.
Crazy.
That's like they said, like comedians stealing jokes. It's like subliminal. You know what I mean? They might have heard it.
They might have heard it,
years
yeah.
ago.
Yep.
And it's a concept, and they're just like, they run with it, but it's
That's
their
right.
brother that, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it happens.
Yep.